triumphant from all our foes. Through the crucible unscathed, we passed victorious. Our trumpets pealing the glorious song. Play it, sing it, all hail Biafra. Oh, hail Biafra. We shall always remember all that perished in the struggle for our freedom. All hail our heroes. Our prayer shall be known both day and night. Say them always, all hail Biafra. All hail Biafra. Now our star shines everywhere. We crave humility. God guide and protect us all. All hail your wisdom, shielding us from fury, unleashed by our enlightenment. Biafra, Biafra, shining forever.
In the heart of Biafra's land, where courage blooms, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands, defying darkened tombs. A beacon of hope, a voice unyielding. He fights for justice, freedom, heart's true healing. Mazi Esumwe Kwensu, your spirit ablaze, guiding your people through the tumultuous mazes. From prison walls you sing defiance and truth, a symphony of liberation, unwavering in you. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills, where rivers flow and dreams ascend, where hope fulfills. Biafra's anthem rises, carried by wind so strong, a melody of resilience, a battle cry, a lifelong song. Chains may bind, but not the soul. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, your purpose takes its toll. The world may turn away, blind to your plight, yet your flame burns brighter, igniting the fight. Behind prison bars you weave tales of courage, a tapestry of resistance woven without rage. Your words pierce the silence like sunbeams through rain, calling for freedom's dawn, breaking every chain. Freedom. a creative expression and tribute. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's situation is complex, and this song does not capture all aspects. Let us continue to hope for justice and peace. Dun dun.
Hello, my wonderful people of Biafra, friends of Biafra and lovers of freedom. This is Mazi Ezumezu Nwekwensu. As I welcome you to this wonderful edition, please endeavor to welcome others. It's very important. We are live at our pages. I am on Mazi Ezumezu Nwekwensu on Facebook, and we share the program on Ikechukwu Ezumezu and Mazi Ezumezu. Mazi Ikechukwu Mazi Ezumezu, I beg your pardon, because I'm having a kind of technical issue. I will be live on my pages, but I will only be visible on Mazi Ezumezu, so I don't know why, but I'm trying to figure it out. But we're also live on our YouTube, Ikechukwu Ezumezu. Please endeavor to share our program and subscribe if you are not subscribed on our YouTube. And we're also live on S Ando, Benjamin Chukwudi Ezumezu. Please share our program and invite your loved ones. Today is in-depth analysis on IPOB leader Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu court case 18 and 17. And here with me is IPOB American National PRO Mazi Emeka Iwagu is here with us. Mazi Emeka, you are welcome to the program. You are welcome to the program, sir. You
Thank
are
you,
welcome.
man. There
You are
we go.
welcome to the program. Yeah, you are welcome. So, Mazi, please introduce yourself to Biafrans before we continue, please.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
My greetings to everybody who's watching, those who are going to join us, and those who can contribute to our discussion today. My name is Mazi Emeka. I serve IPOB as the General PRO for United States. Thank you so much.
Mazi, you are welcome to the program. You are welcome, Mazi. You are welcome to the program, Mazi. Yeah. Mazi, before we go to the main issue, Mazi, I think I would like to ask you a bit, we can see what's happening in the world between what is going on between Israel and Iran. And you live in America. And what is the stand of America in this issue?
Mazi,
Yeah.
only God knows what's going on with us, and what's going to happen, we don't know. The communications director for White House, I think, released information today, and she quoted the president that United States will not strike Iran, that he's going to give the room of 2 weeks to make up that decision, whether to hit Iran or not. So we are waiting for 2 weeks. Even though people who responded to that news item remarked that the president has been inconsistent in his behavior these days, that they will not be surprised to see United States hit Iran this weekend. So we're just keeping our fingers crossed, not knowing what to expect or what's going to happen. But the official news is that there is a deferment for 2 weeks before the president will decide whether to join Israel in sending missiles to Iran. So everything starts today. I will not be surprised if America strikes Iran tomorrow or Sunday. I will not be surprised. But officially, the president says he's going to wait for 2 weeks.
Okay, Mazi, because we also saw a news Russia warning USA not to get involved in in the war between Israel and America. We saw a news Russia warning. Well, Mazi, for me, well, I must say, yeah, this is my opinion. You know, this third World War or Fourth World War, Mazi, ma na-atịkọta nwa anwụ na nwa anwụ na nwa anwụ na nwa anwụzi anọ. Eh? Ya asịkọta nwa anwụ na nwa anwụzi anọ amala onye dị ndụ ka adịzie. Eh? O tego aka a na-pampa this thing. Eh? Apa na-enyocha, apa na-anacha, apachi ebuso ebe a na-elik.
When you look at what is going on, if you listen to the vlogs that's coming out, this is not an incident that's taking place today. It is pre-planned. There are accusations that America has planned for 7 wars in 5 years with NATO. And these 7 wars in 5 years they wanted to start in 5 years. Some of them has taken a very long time. That includes the Iraq War, Libya, Afghanistan. Which other one? But when you look at it, you find out that this one is not out of the picture. It was included in the 7 wars in 5 years. The question of Iran developing or not developing a nuclear weapon, that is not the immediate aggravation, but it may be the step they want to take to get in there. But a whole lot of things are happening and taking place that Trump, who campaigned on the premise that he was going to end, he will end the Ukraine war, and he's going to stop it. If he were the president, the war, Russia will not have entered into Ukraine. You see that all those narratives is not holding water anywhere. Those things he embarked upon See how he dumped them like a hot potato. He wants to annex Greenland. That one disappeared. Um, Canada is going to be the 51st state of United States. That one disappeared. Um, he's going to take over Mexico. That one disappeared. He's going to take over Panama Canal. That one disappeared. So you see the inconsistency in what he has been doing for a very long time. When he goes into the arbitration in Ukraine, sometimes you ask yourself, which country is giving the most aid to Ukraine? United States. Joseph Biden was owning that war. He came in and gave the impression that he wants to stop this war. He wants to renegotiate a whole lot of things with Putin, only to come around. Now he wants to own a part of Ukraine. He wants rare earth from Ukraine. He jumped over to Gaza. Oh, God, the Gaza is a piece of real estate at the ocean front that they want to relocate the people who live in Gaza and then rebuild Gaza. From there, he jumped to another thing. So we just do not know exactly where he's going, what he's going to do. Yet, he's less than 6 months in office. So what do we expect? We don't know.
Okay, Mazi. Before we move to our main topic today, I would like to also, appreciate Americans, most importantly from North Carolina, yeah, if I'm not mistaken, the governor there that recognized Igbo Day. We saw in the news. Mazi, have you come across the news?
Yeah, I saw that. Is
You
that
know,
the governor or the mayor?
that is the governor, no, the
The
governor.
governor. Okay.
Yeah, June 14th, Igbo Day. You know, it was
The Igbos.
Igbo Day. Yeah,
Okay.
you know.
It sounds
So
good.
yeah,
You know one thing. It sounds good. It looks good. What is in there for us? What is there for us? The Igbos, um, he wants to talk about the Igbos. Why not talk about them? If they're talking about the Igbos, could it be because of Igbo landing? Uh, what? If you if you're talking about me, yeah, bring me out and talk about me. There are a lot of things to talk about me. We are going through hell in Biafra land.
he said that day in the state that day will be a public holiday. Even non-indigenous will have to respect that day. So
Okay.
I just leave it. At the same time, I found out that it's not only Igbos. Even I think in some state in America too, they have
Yes.
recognized Yoruba Day too.
Okay.
You know? So well, just I would say kudos to you guys. Nsogbu adịghị ka anyị na-aga anyị ama ebe nwanda ya akpụ awụ a wee ga
Exactly.
ka anyị na-aga ka anyị
Mhm.
na-aga. So maazị, ka anyị baa na ka anyị kọọ n'ubi onye anyị bịara. You know?
Yes.
Maazị, you can see the topic, the program, the name. Oh, in-depth analysis on Maazị
Yes.
Nnamdi Kanu court case. Because we started this program with Barrister Ikechukwu Onola. You know?
Mhm.
And again, Maazị, the law is not far from you. You also know the law too. So Biafrans would like to listen to you, for you to, you know, educate us, you know, PCCA this thing in a way that people like us, people like me will understand because you understand. Man, what a shame. So-called terrorist charge against IPOB Nnamdi, and what a shame. Do you see how Nigeria have reduced themselves to nothing? And remember, Onyendu told Bintanyako, I will defeat Nigeria in their own court.
Yep.
Onyendu say it. I will defeat Nigeria in their own court. And Bintanyako say, okay, let's watch and see.
And
And
she
today,
knew.
yeah,
She knew he was telling her the truth.
yeah. And today, okwu onye amụma okwu, o mezugo. No? Eziokwu Chineke. Onyendu said that I will destroy Nigeria with the truth. Nke okwu
But
ọnụ Chineke eziokwu.
Mazi,
Yeah.
um, the the case continues to revolve, and in as much as I'm not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer. I can understand that the no case submission, that word right there, tells a whole lot of story. Even when the new judge came in, he has to set that case, the direction he wants it to go from beginning. And I remember the last time we discussed this case, I said that the judge took the case way back to 2017. And the direction I thought they were going, I thought they were going to bring members of the military to come in and testify. Who went to his house? But I see what the judge is doing. The judge asked them to bring it no case submission. By that phrase, as people who are not lawyers, who are not judges, who are just ordinary people, observers, hearing that statement, he, he told them to bring to him no case submission. That is, to me, I would say, the judge told them, I am not going to waste your time to start narrating what happened or what has happened to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I think you guys will be better off to go and put it in writing the way you want it. Because everything the judge will see from this demand he made of the defense is, tell us what has happened to your client from 2017 up till 2021. The military, we're going to see their fingerprints in that narrative. We're going to see DSS, the I don't know what to call them, the smart guys who can jump through the international borders and then kidnap somebody and bring them in. And then we're going to hear related cases to that type of behavior. And then we're going to hear the prayers of the defense. I remember when we were discussing this thing, I said, if I have to write this, I will say a special prayer appealing to the judge not to soil his good name with such filthy case. The Nigerian government committed boo-boo in this case. If you follow what I'm saying, it's just like they messed themselves up. Like Onyendu, let me quote Onyendu. Says, what is killing Nigeria is that they don't know the law. But the case is so parallel to a case Nigeria has witnessed, or a case they have received prior penalty on. This same kidnapping case, to bring somebody from overseas into Nigeria to try that person. I'm talking about Omar Diko. And I'm sure first year law students or law students, when you give them this case to write what they understand by this case, in this case, it will be a day on the beach for them. Because the Umaru Diko case, you can just open it up and exhaust all the facts in that case and reproduce it in this case. But either they forgot, or they were shameless, or they could not put it together. In opening this case, you see that the case of Umaru Diko is just a repetition of what he said. But the only difference is that Umaru Diko was a Fulani and Nnamdi is an Igbo. Therefore, the case does not apply anymore. I don't know how they come up with that understanding. So, in the no case submission, me looking at it, the way the judge phrased it, the judge has told them, tell your story here and your request. And the request, the way I look at it, is dismiss this case. We don't want you to try this case because this case will mess up your career as a judge. This case will undermine your accomplishments as a jurist or as a judge. And that is why you see a whole lot of people jumping into conclusion. But the no case submission has to be accepted by the judge. The judge, from his behavior in the witnesses of the prosecution, he rejected some of the things they brought into the case. And from there, he indirectly made it very clear that there is no case of terrorism and there's no case of any other type levied against Nnamdi Kanu. And again, it dawned on him, he is a seasoned judge. It dawned on him that this case cannot be tried. Therefore, please write the summary of this, the way you see fit. And that's what he's asking them to do. Summarize this case and let us throw it away. The issue of guilt or not guilty may not come into this case. The way I'm looking at it, the judge probably tired of hearing what all this hearsay and this and that, but wants the defense to clarify the whole thing, to make the request, throw this case out of your court, because this case is not fit for hearing. Dismiss it or throw it out of the court, out of your court. And so that this case will not reflect in one of the things that will mess up all the people that have soiled their hands in this case, because it's just a bunch of rot, like throwing spaghetti on the wall. Let us throw this and see what sticks. They continue throwing. And it becomes very clear to the judge that this is a child's play. He didn't even allow them to get to the point of extraordinary rendition or going to his house to kill people there. Who knows what the military will say? They went to the residence to do. So it's gonna be a very wonderful July 18. Whatever's gonna happen that day, we just sit and watch.
Ndewo Mazi.
Thank you.
Ndewo Mazi. Are you sure? But this is my opinion. This is my opinion. Are you sure that the judge is not fed up with Nigeria persecutor San Omoto Yoko Abi Omotosho? Are you sure that the man is not angry about the so-called witness? Because at some point, remember Mazi, this case supposed to be 13, 16, 18, 19. But after the 13, the next court case is 18, then 19. And the judge
Cut it
asked
off.
them, cut it off, Are you
Mhm.
sure that the man is not, no, no, it's not sad, no, or maybe it's ashamed of being in Nigeria? Because the witness, the so-called witness that said that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu asked him to buy 2,000 people, but he succeeded buying 30. When the next court case being on 19, they asked him, where is the guy? He said they cannot find him. And they asked him again, do you meet this guy in person? The so-called DDWs, whatever, DSS witness, will say, no, say he have not met him, he have not met him, he have never met him. Okay, how do you got this information? From Vanguard newspaper.
Is that
Vanguard newspaper.
Vanguard or Punch?
Vanguard, no, Vanguard newspaper.
Okay.
Okay. They asked him again, do you question the journalist that published this on air? He said no. I think at that point, the judge was not happy because at some point the judge asked him, please, will you go to the question they asked you? Answer the question they asked you. So for me, I think the judge is fed up, because the more this case continue, the more Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will destroy Nigeria, the more Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will rob Nigeria poto poto. So the judge don't want to withstand this because he knows that MK legal team, they are loaded. They are loaded.
Apart
Ex-
from apart from being loaded,
yeah,
in the court of Binta Yanko, they have presented some of the information, but in a different test altogether, where they claim that the broadcast Mazi Nnamdi Kanu made led to the killing of some people and led to abuse and certain obnoxious behavior of members of IPOB. But when the issue of broadcast came up, they asked them, where did he make the broadcast from? You remember? He made the broadcast from UK. And in UK, it wasn't an offense. But he want to criminalize it here. So when you look at all those things, the judge will remember some of the things they're bringing up now that has been trashed out all along. But they still bring it out. It's like throw it up, whatever sticks will stick. And they see where they go with it. That's about what this case has been all along. And I very much wish that this judge remains true to type and be the judge he has shown the world that he is. This case, if we proceed the way we look at it, this will be one of the cases that will promote his career or will enhance his position as a jurist in Nigeria. Because it is a case, not that it's a difficult case, but it is a case where so many people were wriggled in to lie, where so many people, witnesses and politicians, one way or the other,
by the
got
defense team under
entangled. Do you want to play something?
No, continue. When you finish, I'll play something.
Okay. Politicians and other people who brought themselves in, either thinking that, yes, this is a big catch, this is the big fish, we got him. So all they have to do is not even prosecute him, but persecute him. And they started with that, with the persecution. They persecuted him for a year, 2, 3, and then from nowhere, prosecution kicked in. It's no longer persecution. And most of them started stepping back. If you remember, Mazi, we were going back to 2021, when Onyendu was kidnapped and brought back. So many politicians were taking credit for the role they played, hoping that their reward is going to double. This is the most wanted person in Nigeria. They have, one way or the other, contributed one thing or the other to bring him back. And they were so proud. And there are still some of them, Igbo politicians, who still remained on that track. But the shame of the trial has so knocked them out that they cannot even make a statement regarding this case, because they see that even the people on the street are prepared to throw stones at them for subjecting this person to this horrible condition. Even as the case is winding down, people like Dave Umahi still continued in his stupidity, because he is very instrumental in getting these people to cover their face and come to the court and spit venom out of their mouths. Sometimes what they say to the common person on the street, it doesn't make sense. It does not make sense. If the person who is presenting a witness, why do you have to cover your face? If what you are presenting is the truth and in the best interest of the country, why do you have to cover your face? So you notice that the whole thing has gone the opposite direction. And of course, people who were boasting that they contributed money to rendition Mazi Nnamdi, and people who were boasting that they provided one type of material need to be used in that rendition, started backpedaling when they looked at it and find out it's not going to make them popular. In the end, their benefit wasn't going to show up to what they thought it would. Maybe thinking that their boss, the president, will reward them for doing this or that, including killing their people. If you remember, we were talking about Ifeanyi Oba, right? That's his name. Okay. Who boasted that it wasn't his private jet that they used in transporting Onyendu, but it belongs to his friend. But unfortunately, his friend has no name. Even until his death, he could not provide the name of his friend. Who provided that? Which I'm sure, if he did, it would be an Igbo man. They thought when they contribute one thing or the other in renditioning Mazi Nnamdi, that they will be rewarded politically or financially. But unfortunately now, those of them who are not saying release him and not saying incarcerate him, you see, they are full of shame. The shame is so much that they just don't even want to hear about the case anymore because they have failed. The entire thing collapsed in their faces. So they better remain silent over that case. And that's what we're seeing among so many of them who are now pretending that they are not Igbos. They are not Biafrans. They don't belong anywhere. But we will find out who they are. They will belong somewhere. Okay, Mazi, go ahead.
Yeah, Mazi. I bring this video up just because of what you just said. That when Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi was kidnapped in Kenya and then addition to Nigeria, a lot of our politicians, some of them are happy, some of them are beating their chests. Yes, we did it. No? So this video, I want to play this video. And this video is for all Jews sarcasm. A day will come, he will tell Biafrans, or we will demand from him to tell us about this video. Let's watch it.
Let me go ahead.
Mazi, do you remember this video?
No, I've not seen this video. Wait a minute, please. Can you play this video over
Okay,
again?
I will do.
And please
Ah,
tell me who these people are. I recognize only Mazi.
Okay.
Who are the rest of them?
Anduba was there. The former governor of Abia State, Okezi Ikpeazu, was there. This was the time Onyendu was kidnapped and led to Nigeria. this group of politicians were celebrating. Do you also remember Joe Ibuku in Lagos? Kneel down and hands
Yes.
up. If you have,
Yes.
you know,
Uh-huh.
no.
Mm-hmm.
We will tell Odus Okano to tell us more about this video. The last video we saw from Odus Okano, he was telling Biafrans that he warned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu not to establish people with gun. People that he asked him that his deputy should do that. Odus Okano should be ashamed of himself. This is the same man that's crying in the House of Senate that Nigeria is not fair for s- for some for some for to them, or how did he put that? And Nigeria is not fair to them, that he have served Nigeria, he have put his money in politics. People that they did not steal money, people that steal money are working free.
How did he
You
make
you
the
know,
money?
In fact, Maz, okay, let me finish this video. Let me start it again. I will play when he was making that statement in court, in House of Senate. I need to watch it. Look at the okay, see,
That's okay.
yeah.
Let me go ahead.
Hey, so this is put this. Who is that in white?
Huh?
Who is that in white?
The guy in white, I don't know. Maybe it's one of the politicians.
It's your turn now.
If you don't get money,
This last one looks like Wiki.
But that's why okay, no. Oblo Wike. No, I don't know one of them, Oblo Wike. But the three major people in Malia were Andy Uba, Odus Okalo, and Okezie Bazu. Other ones were this
I went
Okay, Jeep has
through
Yeah.
over there.
one of my best time in life in this Senate, and I also went through one of my difficult periods. Also, in this Senate, before I came to the Senate, before I came into politics, I can buy anything body can buy. I'm not a thief. Those that put me in prison, no reason they put me in prison. They took over all my businesses and want to kill me. But I survived it. I'm in the Senate with you people. It's not the end to what we have done. It's not the end to United Nigeria. It's not the end to Brother Skipper. But these senators I called were with me. I never lacked. When the PDP that I was governor for 2 terms was being formed, I brought every money they used in forming that party. Every penny in 1997 and 98. And I later became a thief. And people I gave transport money from my house in VI became angels. This is what Nigeria represents. I want to thank my colleagues for giving me these 4 years of uninterrupted support. Because this country is not fair to so many of us. I built this to so many of us. Because this country is not fair to so many of us. Because this country is not fair to so many of us.
But this is the big fool that said that he advised Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that it's not his fault. It's problem that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu decided to go in a lockdown election because Mazi Nnamdi Kanu established ESN. ESN that they are in the bush protecting even his own land. You know, Mazi, this all this Okalo is not our topic today, but we just bring it up to spice our program. So, Mazi, let's go to let's hear from one of the MK legal team. Let's hear with one of them, one of MK legal team. Ka anyị lapụ onye ala na Chineke ya akpọ ọkụ. Oh, we lost Mazi. I think let's look. We lost him. He will be back. But before then, I think let's go for a break. Before Mazi will come in. Let's go for a break.
I went through one of my best time in life in the Senate, and also went through one of my difficult
Mazi, thank you, and good evening from here. This is Barrister Ikechukwu Onoha. Mazi, I think what Rebadu is doing is totally, unlawful and illegal and uncalled for. It is called media trial. Seeing the fact that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, the case he is facing is, the federal government of Nigeria versus Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, as the accused person. And it cannot be said that the federal government is going around in the media instead of giving the honorable court the opportunity and chance to do the needful. They are doing trial by media. it is not allowed. It is unlawful. However, having said that, whatever Ribadu is saying outside the courthouse is immaterial, is irrelevant, and no presiding officer will take that into consideration. The only thing that the presiding officer will take into consideration is what is being said in the court of law, what is being tested. If you present evidence, of course, it needs to be tested. And he who alleges must be able to substantiate that which they are alleging. You cannot just go to the media and say something, and then it will have a bearing in the proceedings. Not at all. That is what we call hearsay. It is a hearsay evidence, and of course, cannot be used in a court of law. So, if I were you, Mazi, I would not be worried because, like I said, he is wasting his breath and his time. As a matter of fact, IPOB can sue him civilly. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu can sue him civilly for defamation of character, defamation of an organization called the Indigenous People of Biafra, as well as the defamation of personality and character of the person of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But in terms of the ongoing proceeding, it is futile. He's wasting his breath because whatever he is saying, let him come to court as a witness and say it. And when he does that in court, of course, there will be cross-examination in order for, the accused to test the so-called allegation or evidence. And then, of course, the magistrate, rather the judge, I beg your pardon, will decide if such allegation is credible, if there is a meat in it, of course, to use to convict the accused person. But as it stands now, it is a futile, exercise. And of course, like I said, what do you call it? Hearsay evidence. And such is not usable, it's not allowable in a criminal proceeding. There will Barrister Kechukwonoha. Mazin.
Yeah, go ahead,
So,
man. Yeah.
if you are living in the US and you know that our regional coordinator Mazin Didiawurun went to see our leader few months back, and when he came back with a request from our leader Mazin Nnamdi Kanu, and Mazin Nnamdi Kanu requested that he needs 100 men and women from the United States, not from Ghana, not from Togo, not from Canada, not from any other place, but from the United States. 100 men and women that is capable of doing the needful. The needful we mean is if he needs, because all this lawyer, one way or the other, you have to, show appreciation. No, you have to show appreciation for coming, even if they are not. Some of them are not collecting any payment. You still need to show appreciation. Meeting phone na motie. So Mazin Nnamdi Kanu has requested for that, and you can reach Mazin Didi, or reach me, or reach Mazi Ismezu. He will always get in touch with us. Ndeo, I will leave it here, Mazi. Ndeo.
Yeah. There were Mazi. Well, I think this message is specifically for United States of America. United States of America, and please, You guys can look down and see the number. The number is on screen. No, please. The number is on screen. Call the
And it's a
number.
WhatsApp number.
Only people that WhatsApp number is only on WhatsApp. Only people in America. This message is only people in America. Please. The number is on screen. You can see the number. It will come. It will come now. Call the number and get in touch.
And don't say we did not tell you,
And
because now our leader needs you. It is right for you to do the needful. So once you contact us, we tell you what to do, or send you the link and you come in. I mean, it's as simple as that. Deo.
Welcome back to Mazi's Mezumwe in-depth analysis on Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu with Ipob USA National PRO Mazi Mekiwawu. Please, as you come in, please share and like our program. There we go. Now, Mazi, welcome back, Mazi. You're welcome back. You're welcome back. No? So, Mazi, before because we're about to play a video before your network take you out.
Before you go there, I think Mazi Chris Mogu.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can reach him.
Okay.
He may want to come in.
Okay.
If he can come in, he can contribute to what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. I will put out the link. But can I play this video? So I want to know about that. You may have one or two things to say.
Okay.
Yeah. So now let's listen to the lawyer.
To the work that the prosecution has finally closed their case today with their last witness, PW5, known as EEE. He came and tendered reports of the NSAS, and in the course of the reporting, he alleged that it was the statements made by Mazi Nnamdi Kanu that instigated the damages during the NSAS. And he was subjected to a thorough cross-examination by the defense team under Mazi Bazu. And as God will have it, we are happy to announce to you that so many things went wrong with his report, including the fact that not even the signature of the chairman or the name of the chairman or the secretary of the report of the committee he claimed to represent was found in the entire report. We are happy to announce to all lovers of freedom that the matter has been adjourned to the 18th of July 2025 for a no case submission. In other words, to tell the court and to show to the court that the prosecution merely wasted 10 years of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's life by arresting and detaining him for no just cause. So we are happy. We have very short time within which to work. We are going to utilize that very short time and make sure we deliver on our mandate. And our mandate is to provide sufficient defense for Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Thank you and God bless.
All right. Thank you very much.
Yes. Well, I am very excited to be here as always, even though, as usual, the DSS prevented me from entering the courtroom. but I'm a living witness to history. The first time Mazi was abducted from Kenya and brought here, I was in court to warn them that, in fact, I was one of the few people that came here as soon as they did their kangaroo arraignment, that this case is not going anywhere, and that there's no way, it doesn't matter how long it takes, it's going to end up the way it started, as nothing, and it will end up as nothing, because there's nothing that can stand up on nothing. The foundation of this was malice. It was a suppression of a section of Nigerian people and a violation of the fundamental right of a Nigerian British citizen who was abducted from another country, brought here without due process and detained indefinitely, even presented from having open and fair trial, which we have seen all over the time. As a matter of fact, today we already had a notification with the DSS preventing people from moving around here. But they started by blocking everywhere. Now they are tired, they can't even block half of the road because you cannot stop an idea whose time has come. And this is what won them. And I'm glad that they are reaching the dead end that we have predicted. The dead end is that there will be a no case submission. In fact, I would have an issue with the lawyers if I were to be involved, because there's no need to even file a no case submission in a case that never existed in the first place. But you have to do your own legal work. And let me use this opportunity to also appreciate all the lawyers and all the people who have stood in solidarity with Nnamdi Kanu. I've said it that if I'm the last person that will stand with him, I will stand with him. Now mine is not political. In fact, the most unpopular political decision to take in Nigeria is to stand with Nnamdi Kanu. So if you want to win an election, you know who to stand with, which is the federal government. But I'm not doing this to win an election. I'm doing it for the freedom of our people everywhere we might find ourselves. And I believe that if Nigeria is going to become one, it has to be on the basis of justice. We cannot be suppressing a section just as the rest will flourish and think that you can go home to rest. And you have seen it now. Even those people who never believed Nnamdi Kanu a few years ago, they have seen it with what the Fulani herdsmen are doing, killing hundreds of people. They are doing it also in the southeast. They killed in Ebonyi, they killed in Enugu, they are killing in Edo, they are killing in Kogi, they are killing people across the country. Imo, yes, there was some killing. So this was what Nnamdi Kanu told you as a prophet. But he has always told me, when I met him in New York, that he's not a prophet. He's just saying the reality of what the Nigerian project is all about. That it was a fake project put together and it can never materialize until there is justice. And this is what we keep advising them. The interesting thing was that there was even a time in 2019 that they charged me secretly with him. I filed a charge here that I connived with him to kill some policemen. So the case never came to trial, and it will never be. So we can't wait to see Nnamdi Kanu rejoin all of us.
All right,
and I'm very certain that will happen. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter how long they do their case, which I never believed in that.
So this is one of MK legal team, Barrister Nnamdi Ejiofor, narrating, and also Showole too. So I will put out my link right now. Our guest, I think he is having a network problem, but he will soon be back. Let me also use the opportunity to put out the link. So for those of us who want to come in or who want to contribute, can come in. Yeah, the link is now on Mazi Ezumezu Nwekwenso on Facebook, and the link is also on YouTube. It's also on YouTube. So, what are we saying? The judge feels so ashamed of Nigeria government so-called trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have become nothing. Yeah, we have our guest here. Mm, yeah, yeah. Mazi,
Yeah, Moses Mason. Good evening, sir. How are
yeah,
you?
I'm good, sir. I'm good, sir.
Very
And you,
good.
sir?
Good. It's good to see you again.
And you too, sir.
Yeah, Imago, your program is I won't hear anyone resist. Anytime I hear it, no matter where I am or what
Yeah,
I'm doing, I'm always I got attracted to it. Even though right now I'm very, very busy, but as
oh my
some
God.
kambata ogem for our able PRO, it looks
Yeah,
like he has been disconnected, eh?
yeah. His network is like he having a network problem. Maybe he will soon join us. He will join us.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay, good to see you. And I've listened to some of the analysis of some of
yeah.
the things you presented.
Mazi, when you will please, sir.
Yeah.
Introduce yourself, sir, please. You are not one of our.
Okay.
Yeah,
Our viewer, for the interest of our viewer, my name is Mazi Chris Wog. I am the deputy coordinator in here in United States in the state of Massachusetts, city of Boston. So again, my name is Mazi Chris Wog.
yeah,
IPOB. Call. Thank you, sir.
yeah. Mazi, you're welcome. Ndewo, sir.
Yeah.
Ndewo, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay. Go on, Mazi.
Yeah. So it's quite interesting what is playing out. And I believe we are all enjoying the atmosphere because I am aware what the outcome is definitely going to be. After our Onyendu has gone through this process in life,
Yeah,
sacrificing, doing everything that it takes because the God that prepared him for this day
yeah,
will be the only one that can, get him through. Him and I won't deal, the difference I want in that location and Nigeria is ndị Igbo na-enwe ndidi. We like to go through. I and her go around. We go through our problems.
yeah,
We go through process. Whatever. So
yeah,
that is what Onyendu has done. He has endured, and God has carried him over through this process. It is not him by his power, but now Chukwu Okike Abịama kere na nye ya this assignment. So that is the only person that has been sustaining him. And the drama I know within these 10 years is perhaps our Chineke Shiwe design or whatever. So, and through him, organize this process, and this process has made him to be one of the world most populous person. From next month now, I got through that rank without any bias, without anybody questioning it, because nobody we can say that has gone through that kind of a rigorous process in order to become, to achieve the aspiration of God for his people, Ndi Igbo. So we thank God for his life, that through all this process, he still keep bubbling, and that we can still hear from him, enjoying him. His senses, his mental health is still very alert. So that's a good news to every one of us. And you can see ihe Chineke aka ya aka Chineke dị na something. And otu ọ na-esi eme ya, you get it. We could have been carrying weapons in order to chase our aspiration. But you see, the process our Onyendu gara, the thing with the people that were against him, people that in that location, Akpo, Nigeria, that used to, indigenous people that used to be against him, are now speaking for him. And now the message he has disseminated all these years now begin to play out, and the reality is certain. So the die is now cast, and that's why it requires us as Ndị Chineke kere eke, we don't need to struggle anymore. Everything is plain, and at the end of the day, it's going to be to the glory of God.
Ndewo. Ndewo Mazi.
Yep.
Ndewo Mazi. Ndewo
Yes, sir.
Mazi.
Yes, sir.
Mazi Ndewo.
There was I saw you as was coming, to say hi to our honorable, PRO. I mean, you are one person that I've always, aspired to emulate. So I'm with a great people here in the United States. They are core. They believe in this aspiration more than anyone else. So,
Thank you, sir. Yes.
Yeah.
This thing is just shaping up. I can't wait for the 18th of next month.
Yes, it is. The one thing is very, very clear. The man, the judge, the Omotosho, the son, and Akpo Omotosho, the one who is handling this case at this moment, knew when he took up this case that himself, when aspiration, he also has interest. He wants to make himself relevant to the global community. And the only way he can do it is to take up this case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and bring justice. And the justice he wants to bring, if you look at what happened on the 19th, he himself advocated for the defense, to do the needful. And the needful is they should come with no case. There won't be any need to start, questioning the prosecution, this marksman. Because yeah, exactly. So this masquerade, they don't want to make them to be relevant by questioning their presentation. I think that will reduce the judge and will reduce the formidable defense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So the best way the judge wanted to make himself more relevant globally is to advocate and is to also advise them. According to this useless week, there is, I saw something like is it pre-coco or something? Yeah, that's what took place. Why do I say that? At the beginning of this case, the defense of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu would have objected to these people maxing themselves, but they agreed. They agreed to allow them to max themselves because a time like this will come, which the judge will not have any objection to that. Because this judge has the right to say, no, because this case or this, the man as personal case in his authority. We asked them to do that, but he agreed with them. Even I can tell you, he's even the one who suggested it because he wants to get this thing off and make himself more relevant globally, not even in Nigeria. So that's my take about it.
All along, they've been advocating for this masking and a secret trial and all that nonsense.
Yes.
But he just listened to them because they are not contributing anything to the case. Why would you mask your face?
Exactly.
You just come to belittle yourself. The whole thing looks so childish. And he allowed them. He allowed them to do whatever they want to do.
That's correct. That's correct.
In the end, and when you look at it, no case submission. Because the judge knows all along that there's no case in this. You cannot benefit from your own criminality. Somebody
Correct.
you kidnapped, brought him in here. And even under cross-examination, have you seen Nnamdi Kanu? Some say yes, some say no. How did he come here? They start them talking like children on the street. Oh no,
I mean,
the,
it's a child's
the
play.
DSS,
Real
the
child's play.
DSS. We operate within Nigeria. We don't operate them outside the Interpol. What? Like they are going to lecture the judge on the responsibilities of the Interpol or who brought him in. They already know who brought him in. And DSS saying, no, oh no, it's not us. Then who?
Mazi, you see what took place throughout those processes. There is something that I learned from it. I learned how useless Nigeria is. Because before the world, they just exposed themselves. The presentation was so dull, so irrelevant, so dramatic. Because I can tell you, all those marksmen were not DSS. These are not DSS people. These are very dirty, unscrupulous individuals. I don't know where they pick them from. Even these lawyers that is prosecuting are so useless. Even the one that called himself son. That he has to do some nice job. At least try. Rather, you allowed him, he just allowed himself to be ridiculed. And the playing out, if he goes back at the end of this game, that watch, Ogama, that is completely a very nasty lawyer. That's what that man is. Because how would he allow himself, even without this triple, doing some research, a little bit of research, to justify at least their game. He just allowed himself to be ridiculed through all these nonsense characters how present on a court. It's so damning. I don't know why such people who think they are supposed to be regarded as learned people should allow themselves to play around with all those stupidity in a court. At least when they saw, if you watch when this last day, when the representative from United States came, they were panicking. You can see the guy again was not even coordinated. What he said, again, he was not able to coordinate, even to repeat the same statement. His statement again changed. Why? Because either they are afraid of who are these people non accord today. You get it? They became very jittery all of a sudden. They started talking nonsense. And this is one of the things that provoked Omoto Show himself. Otherwise, this thing would have extended to the next day, before the next day was supposed to be the last day. But no, this man, he couldn't, because himself does not want to be ridiculed, in presence of international community, those who came to watch, to see this. And that's why I'm saying that he himself was the person who advocated for no case defense. Yeah.
So, Mazi, I have a question for you, Mazi Christ, deputy.
Yes, sir.
So, are you now telling me that the step the MK legal team took to follow this case up, na-agwa Nigeria gọọmenti unu chọọ ka egwu ọkụ unu si ka egwuo mmiri, because do you remember that Chika Paul Edoziem say that they stand on a appeal court? Chika Paul Edoziem say they stand on appeal court. That's where they stand for. And Chinasa Wankita always tell the world that Awe Ejimako want to jail Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, that family of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu want him out. So, Mr. Chris, deputy, so are you now telling us that step the wise counsel Emeka legal team took is the best for Biafrans and for us?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Mazi, with all honesty, I will tell you that this team, they're very formidable. Do you know when I begin to believe in them? When I knew that there is something and that these people are ready to play a game, this game, I actually play, yeah, when they refuse to object to these people coming with marks in defense, in prosecution,
Yeah.
that's when I knew that there must be something. And when they go this law na koko, if I allow you to present these people, there's something I'm going to also present at the end. So so I knew that there was a very standing agreement, which might not be exposed to the public. You know what I mean? So, and they allowed this thing to continue to play. I was so mad. I said, I began to make research. Where has this kind of a thing happened where people will be on marks? And these security men, why should they be on marks? What kind of a trial is this? Why is this happening this way? Then every time I go back from beginning, when they refuse to argue, to object to these people coming as in masquerade, So I knew that there was something. So when you bring Chinasa into this kind of narrative, who believed in the appeal court, what do you want them to say? They know they have a different aspiration, and they knew that if they allowed it to play, they're in support of this present team, it means that their separatist movement will not work. So the only thing they can do is to make sure that they remain to that place where Nnamdi will spend the rest of his life in jail, because this is what they are advocating. This is what they believed in, So I don't know. We shouldn't, whatever they have, they think I won't get surprised because we know that the role I want to play is like exactly the same thing like the autopilot. You get it? It's just that how can they make way under IPOB?
Okay, Mazi. One more before I go to Mazi Emeka. Then, what do you think if we have stand on this appeal court decision? What do you think will be our fate, our leader's fate today? Maz, can you hear me?
I think it's maybe one guy issue with his network.
Okay, no. Go on, can do. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I get the question again? Say that again.
I said if IPOB or our leader accepted in this appeal court decision, that we can no longer go ahead with whatever trial Nigeria government is putting out there. What do you think will be our leader's fate?
Look, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is a great man. Believe me. He wouldn't have even refused it. The only way he can refuse it is that if they continue to insist, not that woman. You can see that immediately this woman was changed. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu got the opportunity of another judge. You can see his moods, everything changed. He became a very happy man. Throughout this section, you can see throughout this section, Agana Discord, all the very vibrant. His life, came back. So there was no way he will not say he stand on the appeal court. Maurona, the other irrelevant that woman and they use no Onyendu not there. Whatever. But be that as it may, as soon as he got this motor show, Mazi Nnamdi knew that his speculations, his predictions, his forecast that he was going to defeat Nigeria, that Owen had the platform to do that. And that is what he's about to achieve.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
There we go. Okay, Mazi Emeka, the
Yeah.
PRO. Oh, what that now? I stand in this appeal court. Chika politicism was lamenting of. What do you think that what do you think that real Mazi Nnamdi fate today?
Mazi,
Yeah.
this is a question of either not being properly informed or not being properly educated in the issues of simple law. We know that you have the court of origin. After that, just like we're talking here now, whatever happens on the 18th, they may decide to appeal. If they appeal, they go to appeals court. And whatever is the outcome of the appeals court, who is not favored in the appeals court may also proceed to Supreme Court.
Yeah.
And all these things, the court will look at it, either accept the case or reject it. The appeals court decided and acquitted. And they proceeded, say, no, we're going to Supreme Court. And the Supreme Court redirected them, the defense. Say, I want you to go back to the court of origin, which they did. See, there's procedure in all these things. Either Chike Duziem and his group, they do not understand it, or in their pattern of thinking, they think they can outwit the judge, or in their stubbornness, they can do whatever they want to do, and then the court will come back to them and beg them. Say, oh, no. The lawyers involved, they know their way around the court, and they know the procedure. So what is wrong with these individuals who either did not comprehend what was going on, or does not know which direction the whole thing is going? So when they were saying, on appeals court we stand, I was wondering, what are they talking about? Then, are they going to take appeals court to court, or would they take the Supreme Court to court? What were they talking about? It didn't make any sense to me. And when you look at it, it's just like hoodlums on the street talking. You remember there was a program we had, and you put the same question to the Vice Counsel.
Yeah.
And he just brushed it aside. Now, these are people who have no understanding of what is going on.
Yeah.
Either they have no understanding, or they could not articulate it very well. They did not understand it. But they were redirected, and the whole thing proceeded. Now they are running helter skelter. So it is just the issue of articulation, the way they look at it, and the way it appears to them, or they want to muscle something through. I don't know what they were thinking. But thank God, a day like this will happen in their faces. And maybe they will reevaluate the direction they've been going and what they've been saying and all those I just don't know. I just don't know. But it's really unfortunate.
Yeah. Yeah, Maz,
It's really unfortunate. I remember, you know what? I remember in one of our meetings, I asked the question, how did Onyendu associate himself with people who think this way, who cannot articulate what is happening? They are DOS, this one is this one is this. And when you see the way they are functioning, you say, where did these people come from? How did the Onyendu bring all these people? But some good heads prevailed. And they told me, Onyendu had the call, started putting it together, and has to use the people
that were available
at the time. And that's it.
Yeah.
So we don't blame him. That's exactly the way they think.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate.
Okay, Maz, you know.
I'm glad.
But Mazi, I like it. In the expiration, we need to. The process has shaped the family. You know what I mean?
Yes.
So, but now that boys have been separated from the men, you know, so we know who are the boys now. We know who are the men. You can see what it is. So if Mazi, our Onyendu didn't go through all this process, so this trials is not happening, we couldn't have known, you know, what's going on. You know.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, Mazi, Chris, you see, we have separated from boys from men.
Oh yeah.
So what I'm out to eat, whatever you stand for, anybody man not on the fence, remain that on the fence, you know underground, not that underground. Because now Mazi and Kanu, they are seeing that we are getting to the end of the tunnel.
Correct.
Some of them want to raise their head. Mmeji akodo soludo. So for those of you who say no, let's wait till our leader out. Just be waiting. He will soon be out. For those of you who see underground, okay, I am Mandi Jogo Anoa. So only going na this year you can all there. So what I will say again, by tomorrow, there's a program I have to do about this Falai they open in Germany, in Bremen, and another one they want to open in Spain. No, if you watch that video, the open speech from Chika Poli Doziem on that very day, he did not mention Mazi.
Not at all. You are right. Yeah.
He did not mention Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Yeah.
And when he get in, he was trying to address Biafrans. He only mentioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu Onyendu 2 times. One, he said that people say that about 38 men. He said people say that how did they carry it out without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? How can they carry it out? But they did it. It was successful. The most powerful or whatever. There's a way he used language. And the second one, when you say he used Onyendu, he said Onyendu sinara abaka achọghị na-ata arụ. Chika Paul Edoziem never mentioned Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to so-called IPOB headquarter Omepe na Germany. So we will bring all those things out, and I will also bring a video from Chinas and Wankita telling Biafran that Onyendu family don't want them to succeed. They only want Mazi Nnamdi Kanu to succeed, not them. In other words, these people, oh my God, these people, they are not work. They don't care about let's work together or let's put our hands together to achieve something. They are only fronting themselves. They forget that now. If you are not a lion, you are not a lion. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, it cannot be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. It cannot be Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Oh, a gift in care. And when you are trying to imitate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, so tomorrow there's a lot of video I'm going to play to tell Biafrans that these people, they are just trying to, to tell Biafrans, I am the one that did this. That is why they refuse to obey Onyendu's instruction about Monday Ghost and sit at home. Because Chika Paul Edoziem said no. Say he will take responsibility of disobeying Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and that is insubordination. When people are talking about insubordination, this is the highest insubordination committed by HOD, Chika Paul Edoziem. You know that this is an order that cancel this seat at home, suspend it, and he said no. He said he will take responsibility because Onyendu did not give him a reason. Maz, can you imagine that? Onyendu did not give him a reason. That's why we go ahead and carry that seat at home. And you also agree with me that Monday seat at home, we call it because China someone that announced it on air. I think that was they call it Monday Goes Town. Yes, Monday Goes Town. That's Monday Goes Town. That seat at home. If you agree with me, is the mother of all those things that happen in Southeast, because a lot of people now went under it, started committing evil about it. But all that these people listen to our leader and suspend it. Simon any power to issue a Monday Ghost to issue a statue. Then nobody knows him. Then this is the fact. Don't forget, Nelo Febu convinced Simon Ekpa again that Onyendu cannot stop what is working. That one, I have the video. So I want to check and listen to our leader and suspend this Monday sit at home. A lot of things, Monday, a lot of these men, I believe me, this thing will not, it will happen. But Oduko is ready. Can you only look about that Monday goes down? That Monday sit at home. Let's listen to Mazi Nnamdi Kanu.
Just everybody knows nobody should take instruction. All instruction should be from now. Anybody needs instruction and on the road. Everybody we are making progress. You can see that in the high speed, the road now, that is the president in the high speed. So now we're not seeing any instructions at home. If it's not for yes, I don't know if any day on our record, I got more about this called 1 hour IPOB name. I mentioned her name. She knows I'm watching. We'll make progress. We'll win the battle. Thank you. And the way I want. I think we are going to game so that it. When you can see that the balls apart from that 30. No, that person. When you on your own in the answer, behind him, giving but I would thank you very much. They will, and nobody should
So my deputy, I'm national PRO. Hopefully, ono those comments Onyendu now. And I'm a ukwu a na-aga. Those people, I don't want to say anything yet. Deputy Biko, what do you have to say? Comment on this.
Um, you know what we just heard from him. You know, the very first
Yeah,
time that we've heard this from him, he has said it
yeah,
so many times emphatically, and
yeah,
hearing it again, yeah, well, repeatedly at this time is also again to remind us about the same statement he has made in the previous. And it's clear. And ndị ọ na-agwakwa n'okwu a maragwo onwe ha ghọtawo. So people like Chike Doziem you just mentioned right now. And the only problem, sometimes I don't like to mention these people's name because when they hear their names like this, they think they are relevant. I can tell you one of the reasons why what Chike Doziem and his group are doing now is because it's not because only IPOB inspiration in the heart. No, it's all about his own business and also in competition with the autopilots. Omana now that the autopilot leader is also going through his own process on a pay his own price. Kayanwa Kwanchiko does open offices, man, what may attract the autopilot members, which has been disseminated right now. So he also wants to enjoy part of ndị nke nwere ike fall out ka ọ kpọta na his own business office, because and that's why you can see the areas on emepe office ọkwa the area all set up his office, I mean his business offices, because ọkwa area o nwere ike inwetakwe ndị autopilot and na ndị nke na sheepishly na-eso ya without knowing that these people nwere different expression. The only thing that with them is that Chico Doziem Haneme this thing under the name IPOB. Instead of him to boldly come out and choose his own separatist movement name rather than IPOB. You get it? Because if Nnamdi Kanu comes out today, say Chika, behind the report of your stewardship, yes, so mepena office na jam, nepo office in here, Onyoga Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And that makes him to be a very stupid person who has sense of management. And Mazi Nnamdi Kanu will tell him to his face that I regret to have you as part of the leadership. So I don't think he will with even that face to come before Nnamdi Kanu to say anything. So Mazi is addressing to Nwokoko, which is Simon Ekpa. Another Nwokoko again in the making is Chika, this Odoziem. All these are Nwokokos. You get it? So, yeah, a message which they are supposed to hear clearly. And they're supposed to be dissecting it. They're supposed to know that Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is talking to them directly. And that's why I like this man. And that's why he's a leader that makes his own blog on a queer straight. You get it? So he knows Onyendu on our work.
So, Mazi PRO, please contribute, before we call it a day.
If you remember, when Nelly Ofebu was collecting her destiny, she made a remark that they met with China Sanworu for almost 5 hours. And everything they discussed in that meeting, they accepted it.
Yeah.
Except when she brought in the name of Simon Ekpa to lead that group.
All get loose.
Exactly.
Get loose.
Everything broke loose. That was the only thing. Otherwise, all of them would be in the same camp, doing the same thing they are doing. Which means they articulated certain things without Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. They know it already. But when it comes to who is going to be over who, that was when the whole thing fell apart. And that was when I knew that Chike Doziem, the way he submitted to that group, led by Nelio Febu and Moibo, in the guise that he was seeking their guide, or he was listening to them, and they will guide him into what he has to do. No. Chike Doziem and his group were already there, thinking that the women would join them and promote whatever they want to do. But the women had a different agenda, that their leader is going to be this person, Simon Ekpa. The whole thing collapsed. And they continued thinking separately. None of them wanted to organize with the other. Nelly Ofebu and her group. Remember, at the time, Nelly Ofebu claimed that Onyendu instructed that if something like this happens, that Oyibo should take over. And I don't know if we were at the meeting, and she made a statement that in the next day or two, that Oyibo will come out and address Biafrans, which never happened. That was the last we heard about Oyibo. And Nelly Ofebu proceeded. After some time, she turned against Oyibo while she was with Simon Ekpa. After some time, that group cannot hold themselves together and they start falling apart, to the point that Nelly Ofebu disappeared. Till today, just the way Oyibo disappeared. And Chinas Anworu and Chike Doziem thought that they have defeated the Ekpa group and therefore they have arrived. All along, their plan has been that Nnamdi Kanu is gone and probably will never come back.
Yeah. Yeah.
And at the point, Nelly Ofebu was even making a statement that Nnamdi Kanu died in Kenya. Indirectly, she was alluding that spiritually, that Nnamdi Kanu has sacrificed himself to the Biafra struggle and will never reemerge as the leader. But unfortunately, they misfired. They misfired. This time around, when Onyendu comes back, I think we're going to see a different behavior, a different human being, and a different direction. Hopefully, what I'm thinking is that this time around, we may have grown-ups in the house that, according to, if you remember, Sampe Master, he made a prediction. He said it's going to be bloody, a whole lot of things going to happen, but Onyendu is going to come back. And this time around, he's going to come back with the Biafra flag in his hand. Everything that has been happening to me was predicated on that Biafra flag he's going to come out with. That's exactly what we are looking at. How he's going to come out and what is the nature of the flag. But we shall see. We shall. A whole lot of things has happened or is happening, and our neighborhood, the Biafran neighborhood, has changed a little bit since Onyendu was kidnapped. So we're going to find out.
Mazi. Mazi. You know, our guest, deputy, said his network kicked him out. You know, which is okay. You know, we appreciate Mr. Chris always on our program. You know, and always contributing in the right direction. Mazi, thank you. The national PLO, I think we have to call it a day, no? Then what I have to say is that tomorrow, these people have a way of changing the narrative. You know, tomorrow I'm going to tell Biafra or play some videos about that. When Simon Ekpa was asked, when Onyendu asked, told Chika Pole to give Simon Ekpa a slot. No, how they change the narrative, even up to today, they were telling their gullible followers, could it be we give this guy the radio Biafra? Do you know what will have happened today? They are just trying to change the narrative. Nothing will happen. It's just a slot. If it's not doing the right thing, all you have to do is to change the password, and you will not have access to radio anymore. That But tomorrow it will be a program of a topic of tomorrow. We want to talk about it.
That slot we're talking about. Remember that they have clashed in the leadership. The highway women wanted Simon Ekpa. And this time around, the same Simon Ekpa came back again, thrown in their face that Onyendu requested that he be given a slot. And then they manipulated it the way because they don't want him around. They don't want him around. And that was it. But now, let's see how things roll out. Because very soon it's going to be a brand new day.
Yeah. So, Mazi, give us your take-home points. Your take-home points,
Yeah, Dave.
So,
the case has shaped itself. And we have come to the closing point. And anybody who has endured these 4 difficult years fighting this case or working one way or the other to see us through with this case, I think the time is now. We can't wait to welcome Onyendu back into the fold and get prepared, because it's going to be a moving train. And when he comes out, we find out the direction we're going and how we're going to get there. But let me sound this warning to most people who think that they have made the right decision to stay, because they look at it that when Onyendu comes out, Chike Doziem and his group will confuse them the more, because the general remark you get from some of them is that up till now, we are confused. If Onyendu comes out, what are we going to do? I said, you're asking the wrong question. I don't know. What did you do? What did you do the last time Onyendu was in jail? What did you do? You stayed out and then came back and apologized and go back. I said, let me say this. Whatever our people do, when the going is hard, they're going to find out how to deal with it when the going changes. But one thing they forget is that that's a test of character. You are not doing it for Onyendu. We are in this struggle, and we are struggling to have our freedom. Nnamdi Kanu is there in Nigeria fighting for the same thing. We can testify to his character, the way he has conducted himself throughout the trial and throughout the detention. The question becomes, how did you conduct yourself in his absence? That is the true test of character. And that question will come to so many of us resoundingly. How did you conduct yourself in his absence? That's going to be the question. You know, our people have very, very short memory. They don't focus for a very long time. And that test is going to stay in our faces, each and every one of us. What did you do when he wasn't there? Thank you, Mazi.
Mazi, you are welcome. You are welcome, Mazi. Biafrans appreciate IPOB America, because without you guys, Kiwaya Agwa, our mother, you guys play a major role. Because when Chika Paul Ezozemu and his cohort, they came to you guys, and guess what? You guys rejected them. Say, only Mazi Nnamdi Kanu command we shall follow and obey IPOB code of conduct. Today, I have to fight or no fight the results. You guys stand by IPOB head of finance, stand with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu family. I na-ekene unu Mazi, ndewonu,
Ndewo. Thank you.
ndewonu, ndewonu Mazi, ndewonu Mazi, ndewo. So, Biafrans, here we call it a day. Tomorrow, or another day. It's a program on Chika Pole Doziem. Tomorrow, yeah, I'm going to play the video. I'm also going to bring out the video from Chinas and Wankita, where he was saying that they don't want them to succeed. Then I want you guys to connect the dots. I must know I am my Buanaka, you are my Buanaka, you are my
Say,
Ndondon Kanka, Ndondon Kanka.
say,
Obele egbu anyị ya egbu onwe ya n'ihi na ọmụmụ egbu nkwu ụmụ amadịrị ya nkọ na onye na-achụ anyị ya enwe ada onye anyị ya achụ ya enwe ada
you say, how called it?
n'ihi na asị na isi fly na-atụ nkwe ufuwe mmajili onu ọkwa n'ebe anyị pụtakwa na ebe a nụnwa ka ime gịnị ịbịa chụọ ka obodo anyị dịka obodo ndị ọzọ ka ndị nọ mba nataba anyị nwa nọ mba nataba anyị ekpere ebe a ịbịa ka anyị bịa jide ụmụnne anyị jide na-agọtọ n'ilu akwụkwọ no ọ bụla the purpose onye ndu ji wepụta ije anụnwa bet ka ọ dị n'echi ya maazị ya welcome maazị ya bye bye maazị ya so Biafrans, appreciate you all for listening. Well, I know those that are following me all hardcore. I have a very small space. That's why I don't put on phone number. No, he mad that now. He believe in a Biafra. He believe in Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And he want to contribute. He better the link in it. Or who that now? He be against what I'm saying. It's Mazi Ezumezu. What you just said, mba nke ekwetere m na ya. And he na-abata na-achọ ikwu. Jide prove. Because ọ bụrụ na ijide prove ma apịawa gị azụ bụ eziokwu Chineke. Dee jụọ Chika Austin iwe mmeli ya. Since that time ọ na-agba agba ọ na-anyụ anyụ. Because Onyendu Mazi Nnamdi Kanu na enwe 4 cardinal points. Number 2, you must always say the truth. If you're the only one say the truth, remain there even though you lead eziokwu Chineke. On that eziokwu can stand. Today, I for our fight, can we destroy the enemy within. Chika Paul Edoziem, Chinas and Wankita, Tony 1 bottle. Tomorrow, I want to put this one. You play Tony 1 bottle. I will play the video for you. When a man not Tony 1 bottle, onye angolo maka obo. O si na agba anyị ajọ mmụọ. Na-ajụkwa unu, where is Chukwudi Ofoma ka ebe ọ nọ? Where is Chukwudi Ofoma? Biafra ka ọ dị na echi. Ndewonu.
In the case of Kanu, frankly speaking, the charges can hardly be proved. One of the crimes is sedition. Sedition was pronounced illegal and unconstitutional in 1983 in the case of Otto Nwankwo and the state. So I don't know, I can't see how some of those charges will stand in law. So the choice before the government is to have this matter resolved politically.
Anybody involved in any type of crime in the East cannot go free. And they're doing it because I'm in DSS. That's what if I said no idiot can try this rubbish, and they know it very well. They know it very well. And I suspect that some people in government are complicit. Yes. They are making money with insecurity.
That's correct.
They're making money with it. They know Nnamdi Kanu'S outside. In 2 minutes, this nonsense will stop. Who is the idiot? Who is the bagger? That will speak when I'm talking. Who is the fool? Who is the idiot? I ask. That I give an order in the East, and any idiot will counter it. Who is the bastard? I'm asking. In the name of IPOB is a gunner, and they know it. Let me come out of this nonsense, this mess. 2 minutes only. There will be peace. Only 2 minutes, I guarantee you. And tranquility. And there will be peace in the East. Not just Southeast. Everywhere in the East, if not the entire South.
In the heart of Biafra's land, where courage blooms, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu stands, defying darkened tombs. A beacon of hope, a voice soon yielding. He fights for justice, freedom, heart's true healing. Mazi Esumwe Kwensu, your spirit go blaze, guiding your people through the tumultuous mazes. From prison walls you sing defiance and truth, a symphony of liberation, unwavering in you. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills, where rivers flow and dreams ascend, where hope fulfills. Biafra's anthem rises, carried by wind so strong, a melody of resilience, a battle cry, a lifelong song. Chains may bind, but not the soul. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, your purpose takes its toll. The world may turn away, blind to your plight, yet your flame burns brighter, igniting the fight. Behind prison bars you weave tales of courage, a tapestry of resistance woven without rage. Your words pierce the silence like sunbeams through rain, calling for freedom's dawn, breaking every chain. Freedom, freedom, let it echo across the hills, where rivers flow and dreams ascend, where hope fulfills. Biafra's anthem rises, carried by wind so strong, a melody of resilience, a battle cry, a lifelong song. This song is a creative expression and tribute Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's situation is complex.